All right, so today I'm going to take you on a tour of my garden. And my garden for me means freedom. And I say that because I'm in a place in my businesses where I can have the time dedicated to gardening, but also having the resources to have a large garden and also get some assistance with gardening from an amazing gardener in town. And that's what my garden means to me. It also, for me, brings a bigger impact into the world where I can compost and I can grow my own fruits and vegetables. And to me, that is like pure bliss. All right, I am headed out to the garden. I harvested a eggplant, which I'm excited about, that I think I'm gonna roast it and actually add it to my sushi. I saw somebody post something about that and I was like, ooh, I wanna do that. So here's my harvest bin. In my other hand right now is my compost, and I'm taking out the compost. I do compost like paper towel rolls if we have them, or toilet paper rolls. Anything that I possibly can compost, I compost because that's what I like to do. I am obsessed with my compost. So in a lot of my videos, you will actually see me taking out my compost. So my garden is in an abandoned house. It was on my property, and we cleaned it up and made it really, really nice inside. And it's literally one of my favorite places in my house. Come for a tour. So my husband built these beautiful doors, and I have my nice little setup here where I can meditate and spend time. We really are in a transition right now with the garden. So we're basically finishing up the summer and we will be planning for the fall. So let me see what we got here. Look at these eggplants. This is what I was mentioning. I harvested a few yesterday. So we got some greens, bell peppers, more zucchinis here, beans. Over in this corner, you will ask, this is potatoes. So those will be harvested very, very soon. Have some tomato plants, which we haven't gotten a lot because it's been very hot in Phoenix this summer. So I'm hoping that I will get a few tomatoes very, very soon. Planting some more bell peppers here. I have these lights up at the garden, and they're actually powered by solar. We have a solar panel that I will show you. So since we are in a transition phase for fall, not as many things are actually growing right now, but you just wait until fall and there's going to be so many things that we can start planning. And one of those things is all the lettuce. And for me, I eat tubs and tubs of lettuce every single week. So I really love when the cooler temperatures come in because we can start planting lettuce, and I literally can have a salad every single day based on just from my garden. So it's pure bliss to be able to go outside my house and get fresh greens and make a salad. So if you are starting out and you're like, I wish I could have a garden, just start really, really small. And I'm really excited to actually share with you guys that I have a gardening course coming up really soon that will be up live for you to go through this course on all the things that I've learned about gardening, and I'm sharing all of the education behind what I've learned, and I'm really excited for that to come out. So stay tuned for more information about when that will be launching, but it's coming soon. I'm working on it and filming videos for you guys. And for me, as I mentioned earlier, a garden is freedom. It's it's so beautiful. And I think the one thing that I've learned about having a garden is the appreciation for fresh produce. And I say that because I see how long it takes to even grow one tomato. And we just go to the grocery store and we pick up a whole thing of tomatoes. And so just understanding nature and how it works and seeing it actually work is really a remarkable thing to experience. So I encourage you, if you are wanting to start a garden, start small and maybe just plant a few of your favorite things and just see how it goes. Or start with an herb garden, because that's actually how I first started too. And when I was building out my garden, it was fun to build out a place where I can go that's not surrounded by a lot of things and just pure nature here. And I meditate in this space. I come out and drink my coffee in this space. You guys have probably seen my dogs love the garden. They love hanging out in the garden. They actually have their own Instagram account because they jump in these garden beds and they just have so much fun. And I actually really think that one thing about gardening for me is almost an experiment, like seeing what works. Like, you have to go in with a mind frame that like some things are just not going to work out. And I really experienced that this summer, where I really wanted things, but the monsoons did not come in to Phoenix like at all. And it was like hot temps, like 110 and above for like 30 to 50 days. I don't even know the number, but it was insanely warm. And so a lot of things didn't work out. So you have to go in to gardening with an open mind, but most importantly, also understanding that it's an experiment. Some things are out of our control. And it's actually a really good life lesson for me too, because I am a control freak at heart. And for me, like, I just have to let nature take it away and see what happens. So gardening teaches you a lot of things. It teaches you a lot of things about yourself, about nature, and just being able to see something from a little tiny seed that you can't even see to like blossoming. It's beautiful. So I hope you will come along in my journey of my online course and blossom with me as we literally go down to the root of gardening and how to garden. And I'm going to teach you a lot of cool things within gardening, and you might just learn a little bit more about yourself. So if you're somebody that was watching this and you're like, I want to garden, I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you want to plant, what kind of produce you love, and also let's start looking at the space of what kind of space do you have for you to start planting a garden. Of course, I have to share my orchard because I love my orchard. I have about 13 to 14 trees in my orchard. And I've actually already gotten some apples off of them, and grapefruits, and peaches, and lemons. I also have to say that I can tell the difference of produce coming out from my garden and from the grocery store. Like, hands down, so fresh, farm to table. Like, we need to be doing more of that, and we need to be doing it more because we can. And sometimes we think that it's just going to be such a task to have your own garden, but there are so many ways to make it easy and to find what works in your state that you live in and your surroundings, and all can be learned, I promise. I hope you have enjoyed reviewing my garden with me, my little tour, and I'm really excited for my garden course to come out. I just think it's going to be really, really impactful if you are starting out and you want a garden.